right, Sharina was living out her car. She will only be able to come up to the apartment at
When I first met Sharina, he was trying Sharina, was living on her car. She will only be able to come up to the apartment at night. She'd trust a sister like Kimberly Hunter to do an interview high as a kite and spill all the family messy side piece details you know. If I'm being honest, how Kevin Hunter and Sharina Hudson did Wendy Williams was pretty nasty. But what's even worse is that they may have planned Wendy's downfall from the very beginning. And nobody again to talk to times now than they ever were in my life. I couldn't call my mom, my dad, my sister. They would have just said, just leave, still in love. I don't know what to do. Like, are you serious with this? This is really going down. So for a long time, there was speculation that Kevin had been cheating on Wendy from the very start. And he actually cheated with a couple of women, including just after Kevin Jur was born. But even after Wendy found out about her husband being a serial cheater, she still chose to stay with him and said that forgiveness made them stronger and it has made our marriage. And I know this is cliche, but it's true, it's made our marriage stronger. And no, I'm not back to the girl that I was before him. Because when you get stung like that, you never go back to who you are, only a fool does. But I love him and he loves me. And we addressed it head on. And it was a mutual decision. I've got way too much to offer a man to stick around for him cheating on me, you know. At that particular time, I had my career in radio. I was making a great salary. I had vacation property. And Wendy herself admitted that she didn't think she would ever be the type to stick with a cheater. But for whatever reason, she did. I definitely didn't think I was going to stick around for some cheating, but I did, and I don't regret it. When it comes to the cheating allegations, there have actually been a few embarrassing incidents. Like in 2008, when Nicole spent a talent booker on the Wendy Williams Experience, sued Wendy and Kevin for his alleged sexual harassment, while Wendy reportedly looked the other way. You may also recall when Evelyn was accused of having an affair with Kevin. Just in case you were curious, he bought the triple platform Cassidy suede over the knee boots. Yes, Kevin cheated on Wendy for years, but their relationship with Sharina lasted the longest while he was still married to Wendy. Boy, these two were sly as they play-spotted everything from the start, including how Kevin and Sharina even connected in a choke no joke interview. Kevin Hunter said that Sharina is from the same South Carolina town as Charlemagne the God, and he is actually the one that introduced them. Well, that's not really news, because Charlemagne also admitted that he is the one who introduced Kevin to Sharina, but he definitely didn't give them the go-ahead to sleep with one another. Kevin and Sharina did all that by themselves. Apparently, Sharina was living out of her car when they started dating each other, and one person who was more than willing to spill about that part of how their relationship came together is Kevin's sister, Kimberly Hunter. She actually also confirmed that Charlemagne played a part in the relationship, and even suggested that it is probably a plan that if Wendy ever caught Sharina in Kevin's house, that Charlemagne was also living in Charlemagne, would say that she was his girl. Charlemagne played a big part of that. Charlemagne had a room, she had a room. I guess if, let's say, hypothetically speaking, if Wendy's decided to pop up them, I guess Charlemagne would be the one. I'm assuming they say, oh, she's my girl. Basically, Sharina knew exactly what she was getting herself into. But she was willing to do whatever it took to never go back to her hometown. And since Kevin was a willing participant in whatever she was plotting, it was pretty easy to be his side chick, allegedly. The plan was to frustrate Wendy to the point where she would just check out, and Kevin would be left with her fortune to enjoy with Sharina. Well, we all know how Wendy's life became a mess after she found out about Kevin and Sharina, right? She was in and out of sober houses, and after Sharina got pregnant, and she filed for divorce, things only got worse for some time now, and even today. And beyond, I have been living in a sober house. I am driven by my 24-hour sober coach back to a home lights out by 10 p.m. So I go to my room, and I stare at the ceiling, And I fall asleep to wake up to come back here to see you, so that is my truth. But here's the thing about all this time Sharina and Kevin were together, Miss Wendy Williams knew he was tricking up money. She's in the passenger seat of my Rolls-Royce Ferrari. And really, for someone who made a living out of digging information about other people, I'm assuming it was pretty easy for Wendy to realize that Kevin was living a double life. I've known about her almost since the beginning. I've known that Kevin is a serial cheat. In fact, Miss Wendy knew exactly how Sharina made her way into their lives and how she plotted to get together with Kevin. She was one of these, less than smart women who moved to the big city with bright lights, and she wanted to be a model. And so you know how the girls with the sparkler champagne bottles at the club, they get people to spend more money, they dress scantily clad and things like that. And all this time they were together, Sharina apparently also talked about how she admired Wendy and even had the audacity to tell Kevin that she made herself very available to him. She was very disrespectful to me. He had the nerve to tell me that she admires me. We learned how Kevin was using Wendy's money to spoil his side chick by buying her pricey clothes and jewelry and opening multiple businesses for her that all failed. So when looking for information, I honestly feel like Sharina was the one spilling her own tea to force Kevin's hand, especially when everything blew up in 2019 after that Daily Mail expose. Those details must have been coming from either her or Kevin. Wendy found out about the house that was literally miles from her home that same way we all did, through the paparazzi, and I read about it in the blogs and tabloids. The address of this place that he'd had purchased to share with this backwoods bit 9 miles from my house in Livingston. And they're living the high life anyway. Once again, the real estate business, just like every other business, didn't work out. So in 2021, Sharina opened a vegan company, again using Wendy's money. And that is what she is still focusing on to date. Well, even after Wendy and Kevin divorced, Wendy was the one sustaining not just Kevin, but also Sharina with their daughter Journey. I don't know how they're raising the daughter Journey, who's almost 2 years. I think she's 2 like next month, or something. That's my alimony for all 3 of them is on time every month. So Kevin and Sharina did have everything planned out, but they probably didn't anticipate that the checks would stop coming into this day. I don't know whether Wendy also plotted to leave Kevin and Sharina dry, or if it was just a coincidence that her situation made it impossible to pay alimony. But either way, Kevin and Sharina are now dead broke. And now that all the money's gone, allegedly so, is Sharina, who was reportedly forced to move back in with her mother after years of not even visiting her hometown, as it seems their situation just keeps getting worse. But do you think Kevin and Sharina deserve the karma that hit them, in your opinion? Do you think their intention from the beginning was to get rid of Wendy and inherit her fortune? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Foreign.